Another hand. Introducing the all-new handy holder.
Kill boy.
Okay, it's time for some oddities. We're back with Michael de Grussa in this amazing place filled with many, many collections. I've asked him to bring in five-ish, slightly odd, slightly unusual things that you love from your collection. Let's jump straight into it. What have you got for us?
Laser discs. I just think they're an odd thing.
There may be some people watching that do not even know what you're talking about. I've had people ask me what a CD is, and that upsets me. So, what's a laser disc?
This is essentially a large CD. This one's sealed though, so this is a bad plan. Both of my Van Dammes are sealed. Sudden Death. This is that double team with Dennis Rodman. Classic. Basketball players can be actors. So don't tell me I can't, Dad.
And here's a clip from Space Jam 2.
What is this?
Ah! That proved that you're wrong.
So, it's this. I don't know if that's blinding you. That's disc 2. So Terminator's too long to fit on one. So you watch, about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then you flip it over.
Great.
Unless you've got a fancy player like mine, where the laser sits on the bottom.
Yep.
And then it goes...
You don't even need to flip it.
Yeah, you don't. You just have to
What
wait.
are you, a millionaire from the 90s?
A lot of them are just like when DVD first came out, and they weren't remastered or anything. They were just put straight to DVD. But maybe not quite as good, but better than VHS. And they don't deteriorate, essentially from, play. But the sound is amazing. I know they were around from like 78 to like 2001. So
Really?
everyone said
Was it that long?
Yeah, apparently,
in my mind, it was like 91 to 96.
Yeah, and I think
then they were gone.
A lot of people were saying it was like a failed format, but no, it lasted a real long time. And I think their thing was, this is for the elite. If you want to watch VHS, go for it.
Yeah.
But if you want to watch quality in your home theater with your big 4x3 rear projection,
Sure, you can watch this much smaller, much more convenient to hold on to DVD, but why would you?
There's an image on some movies. They spread over 3 sides, and you've got a 4th side, and most of them have this image here that you can see now.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, another edit. Enjoy. Of a turtle on his back.
Huh.
It just
says there's nothing on this side.
Yeah, pretty much flip it over.
Cool.
Another thing I've started, and some of these aren't correct, but, I've only just kind of started this. Books that became a movie that then they reprinted as a book.
That's like when there's like a musical that becomes a play, and then it becomes a movie, and then they make a musical of that.
Yeah. So... Patriot Games, international best-selling author of The Hunt for Red October. And now, I don't think this was ever a book.
I don't think so. So it's somewhere between like books that became movies that became books, and then movies that they made a novelization of.
Yeah, but I mean, Larry Milne, he did all right for himself.
Sure.
The Last Action Hero is a novel by Robert Tyne. It's based upon the motion picture. But The Abyss, that was... Oh, I actually don't know if that was a book either.
I know there's a lot of people that collect books that actually really hate when a book becomes a movie and then the movie poster becomes the cover of the book.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas you are like, hell yeah, hook me up.
And my other rule is that it's got to be that size.
Oh, yeah.
If it's taller, it's not on. Like, I found Jurassic Park, but it was like that tall.
And he burnt it.
Yeah, I just cut the...
Shot the top off. This is, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out every time. What are we looking at here?
Well, it's...
Keeping in mind we've got some people watching that are not from Australia.
The Chico handy holder.
Rip off.
It's more than an accessory, it's a necessity.
Oh, yeah, how do we explain a Chico roll? This is designed to fit in your cup holder in your, probably, truck. Let's go with truck.
Sure.
And you just put a Chico roll in there so you don't have to hold it with your own hand. But then I don't know what to do. Like, would you do that and eat it that way?
It just seems gross. Like, after, like, you clean it, like, you'd have to clean it. It's got Chico roll crust all over it.
Well, no, 'cause
Chico roll is like a snack that you would buy from, like a truck stop.
Yeah. Yeah, like a giant...
Here's a really old Chico roll ad.
Chico beats the others. Chico beats the others. Chico beats the others. Single-handed.
Have you ever used it?
I have, yes.
Did it work?
No, I mean, yeah, it held it, but it doesn't allow you to... It's like, it really held on. It didn't want to let
your
it
hand.
This thing, I had this weird... okay, it all started with this book, the Encyclopedia of Pigeon Breeds. Found it at an antique store. I'm like, oh man, I want this, But it said $200. and I didn't know if that was real or not, and it was. And I was like, oh, I don't need a $200 book about pigeons. And so I went back to the antique store thinking, how am I going to get this? And he had a pianola. You know those you pedal them and they play?
Sure.
It wasn't working. But it's just a couple of hoses. So I fixed his pianola. I didn't mention the book. I was like, oh,
and then I fixed his pianola.
Yeah.
Hey!
And I had a tub of pianola rolls, and I just gave him. I was like, oh, you can have these. And I was like, oh, what's this pigeon book? And I think he was like, oh, you can have it for $20 or something. I was like, yes, for fixing his pianola. It's amazing. But that started my want for ridiculously expensive, pointless books. Salvador Dali. Do you know that guy?
I'm very familiar with Salvador
You don't know
Dali.
anything about this, do you? You don't know what
I don't know what this book is, no.
In 1971 something, he made a cookbook. And
What?
Yeah, he made like
Of course he did.
I think he made there's like 400 copies or something. But it's things like
Are they actual recipes?
yeah, avocado toast. First, you have to prepare the brains. So it's got avocado, lamb's brains, almond, and tequila. So we'll put up some recipes for you.
Yeah.
I tried, I bought this. I think I paid like $600 or something for it because
Wow.
I just did a big gig and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to buy a ridiculously expensive book. I ordered the book and then I don't know, I think the next day or the day after, that COVID showed up and I lost all of my gigs. And
Great.
Oh man!
But at least you've got your Salvador Dali recipe book.
Yeah. Well, then I thought, well, now at least I can cook things. So let's go, but I can't find ox tongue or, testicles of a yak anywhere.
You just got to know where to look.
Yeah. So it was hard in COVID.
Well, that's definitely an oddity.
Toy basketball players
Right?
that, but they're doing this, like they're, slam dunking or alley-ooping, or whatever the kids call it.
And now, a series of cutaways.
And just because I can hang them from my lights, and I think that's.
How many have you got?
Well, I've got 3 players, but only Shaq and Patrick Ewing can hang from the lights. Jordan's standing there. I think it's the Space Jam Jordan. I think I need 2 or 3 more, but 90s,
So if you're decorating a house and you want to just jazz up your lighting fixtures a little bit, get yourself some 90s specific era basketball players from the NBA.
Charles Barkley, he'd be a good one. Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. That's all I know from NBA Jam. I don't know.
Luke Longley
from NBA Jam. NBA Live 96, actually.
I was checking out the Ninja Turtles earlier, and you've got not only the quarter-scale turtles, the baby turtles, the ooze, but you also have a bottle of Jolt Cola, which is a beverage that I haven't seen since the 80s, I think.
Yeah,
how do you have this, and why is it new? I don't understand how you have these things.
So, 90s. I remember at the 90s I'd go into Zone 3 and QZR, and I don't reckon I did
Laser
that
tag.
in the 80s. Yeah,
Laser tag.
I don't think I did that in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I was watching Hackers. I think Amazon Prime suggested, based on what you watch, and I was like, you would like Hackers. And I went, I do like Hackers.
I also like Hackers. It's really good.
Welcome to our show.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet! And for those late night hacks.
Jolt Cola, the soft drink of the elite.
You would know that they talk about Jolt Cola, and those 2 guys that they're trying to get on their team.
Yeah.
They say it's the soda of choice of the elite hacker or something. Oh man, that's magic. And then I was like, I've got to find some Jolt Cola memorabilia. It's got to be on eBay. There's a few things, but then I just looked at the history, because I like to learn the history of things.
Sure.
And it's in South Australia. I called my friend Brent. Brent, the Nexus guy.
Yeah, he runs the Nexus Toy Fair here in Perth, Western Australia. One of my favourite collectible fairs.
So I messaged him because we've been working with POG. You remember POG?
Yeah.
They're back in elf form.
Here's that exact clip from The Simpsons.
Elf Pogs. Remember Elf? He's back in pod form. You traded my soul for Pogs?
I have that tattoo. So I thought, we could do a POG Jolt collaboration, talk to the guy. And then it turns out that it's just some guy who his parents had the rights to it back in the day, and then he's got it now. So we're going to bring it back.
We're bringing back Jolt.
We're bringing it back. So you can buy it from, I think it's joltcola.com.au. You can buy a carton of it. Do you want one?
I would love one.
I'm going to go get one.
This just turned great for me.
Their whole marketing back in the day was that there was Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, all that. So they just went with all the sugar, twice the caffeine.
Jolt Cola, thrice the caffeine.
Right, so it must be that our Coke or Pepsi has less caffeine than the American.
The doctor says, consume with common sense according to personal requirements.
Yep.
Can we drink this?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll get your...
It doesn't really fizz. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's a little bit.
satisfying.
That's a little bit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To simpler times. And probably not being able to sleep tonight. Mm-hmm. Oh, tastes like somewhere between Coke,
Yep.
Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and children's Panadol.
Really? Aldi's cola brand is kind of close, but it's not the same.
And it's got like a bit of a bite to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Jolt Cola. Well, thanks for showing some amazing oddities for the Jolt Cola. This has been great. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And make sure you check out Jolt Cola, address on the bottom of the screen. They're bringing it back!
We're bringing it back.
It's coming back, baby! You want to tell them to like, share, and subscribe? Like,
Wait.
really sell it.
Oh, yeah. Did you say like, share, and subscribe?
Yeah,
Can I just subscribe, like, and share? In any order you wish. Don't let people tell you how you should and shouldn't live your life.
I just went to take a sip out of my microphone. What a dickhead.
Is it all sticky? Ships in bottles is my new...
Alright.
I just think they're funny and magic. I mean, how does that fit?
How do they get it in there?
Well, I think it's lying down and then they glue it in and then they pull
Flip it up.
and they have those magic long scissors.
I can imagine, like, I swear quite a lot when I'm in the Cube Boy workshop, trying to make one of these, I don't even want to think about the cusses that would come out of my mouth.
Look at that. Land's End.
That's too hard.
Yeah, so I thought that would be a funny thing.
Cube Boy.